Welcome to another exclusive celebrity house tour. Today we're taking you inside one of the most stunning homes out there, where luxury, style, and over-the-top amenities come together. From jaw-dropping architecture to million-dollar views, get ready for an inside look at how the rich and famous really live. Let's check it out.
When you think of Sex in the City, you think of Sarah Jessica Parker strutting through Manhattan in her Manolos. But off-screen, her real life is just as fabulous. And let's not forget her husband, Hollywood legend Matthew Broderick. Together, this power couple has built a real estate portfolio that Carrie Bradshaw herself would drool over. From charming townhouses to a massive multi-million-dollar estate, Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick's family homes scream old-school New York glamour with a modern twist. Today we're taking a look inside their jaw-dropping New York City mega mansion that proves they're living large even by celebrity standard, as well as some of their other properties, like a Hamptons escape straight out of a storybook.
Guys, I have an important announcement about this channel. There is someone trying to take this channel, Famous Entertainment, down and have everything that I've worked so hard on deleted. Click the link in the top comment and I'll explain everything at the end of this video, so please stay tuned.
SJP and Matthew made waves in 2016 when they purchased two side-by-side West Village townhouses for a jaw-dropping $34.5 million. Their plan? Combine the properties into one massive 13,900 square foot estate, about the size of a boutique hotel and one of the largest single-family homes in all of Manhattan. The project wasn't easy. These historic brick townhomes, once owned by the United Methodist Women nonprofit since the 1920s, needed major updates. The couple brought in Morris Ajmi architects to spearhead the design, with construction costs estimated to top $50 million. That's insane. The finished mansion boasts 14 bathrooms, an elevator system, a sprawling 2,100 square foot private garden, multiple outdoor terraces, and grand staircases that Carrie Bradshaw herself would more than approve of. It spans 50 feet of street frontage on a prime, tree-lined block just steps from Magnolia Bakery. While we don't have official photos of the final interiors, glimpses from social media and reports suggest a mix of classic New York elegance with Sarah's eclectic flair. Think airy living spaces, vintage meets modern decor, and plenty of room for the couple's 3 children, James and twins Marion and Tabitha. Today, the property is valued at over $50 million, cementing it as one of the priciest celeb homes in the city. Before their mega mansion, Sarah and Matthew spent 2 decades in another West Village townhouse they bought back in 2000 for just around $2.9 million. This 1905 built home became a New York landmark in its own right when Sarah gave Vogue fans a tour in her now famous 73 Questions video in 2014. The interiors reflected Sarah's signature style, elegant yet warm, artsy and inviting. Dark hardwood floors, crown moldings, and fireplaces gave the house historic charm, while her colorful touches kept it cozy and unique. Highlights included a bright family room painted a cheery green, complete with built-in bookshelves and a wood-burning fireplace. A sunlit nook featured a retro ping pong table by floor-to-ceiling windows, while the kitchen mixed modern upgrades with vintage character. In 2021, the couple sold the townhouse for $15 million, turning a serious profit and eventually saying goodbye to their longtime family home as they moved into the mega mansion. Of course, the city isn't their only retreat. Back in 2005, Sarah and Matthew bought a charming 1940s Hamptons cottage for $6.6 million. Unlike their glamorous Manhattan digs, this 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home is understated, cozy, and full of character. Sarah revealed the couple decorated the cottage with vintage pieces collected over the years, creating a true family getaway spot they could enjoy summer sunsets, barbecues, and small gatherings. The interiors are refreshingly down to earth. A brick fireplace, a retro-inspired kitchen with blue and white checkered floors, a cozy living room with 60s style furniture, and guest bedrooms that feel more storybook than celebrity. The backyard is lush, private, and perfect for entertaining. In fact, in 2022, the couple even made headlines when they listed the property on Booking.com, giving fans a once-in-a-life chance to stay at their Hamptons hideaway, complete with a fully stocked bar and Parker's favorite snacks. It was the ultimate mix of Hollywood meets Hamptons, with Sarah's signature touch of laid-back luxury. From a decades-long family townhouse in the West Village to a Hamptons escape straight out of a novel, and now a $50 million mega mansion that's truly one of the most impressive homes in New York City, Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick have proven they're not just Hollywood royalty, they're real estate royalty too. Carrie Bradshaw may have said she likes her money where she can see it, hanging in her closet, but Sarah Jessica Parker clearly loves hers where she can live in it. That'll wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching Famous Entertainment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more celeb house tours coming your way. I'm Carrie the Vampire Slayer. Follow me on Instagram to chat, and we'll see you next time.
For more than 10 years, Taylor Swift has dominated the music industry with her numerous hit albums, highly sought-after tours including the Trendy Eras Tour, which has been sold out AF, and more, resulting in a net worth reaching hundreds of millions. The 33-year-old superstar might also be able to embrace the title of real estate mogul soon too, considering she owns a handful of unique properties, from a lavish Manhattan penthouse to a Rhode Island mansion, a classic Nashville estate, and more. It's said that Swift's real estate is valued at over $80 million in total, so when she's not busy in the studio or on stage singing to sold-out venues, she has quite the selection of luxury homes to unwind at. For our first stop, let's check out New York City, where Taylor Swift basically purchased an entire block for $47.7 million. First spot in the big city was made back in 2014 when she bought two neighboring penthouses in the Tribeca neighborhood for $19.95 million. Then in 2018, Taylor also snagged the second floor complex in the same building for almost $10 million, which spans over 3,500 square feet of space. Tribeca Duplex had a beautiful design to the interiors by the looks of it, and there were amazing features such as an indoor pool. The master suite here boasted floor-to-ceiling windows with Manhattan city views, but we can see each bedroom had its very own charm and unique furnishings. I love the old world touches throughout this space, which we can see in the chandeliers, headboards, and more. The informal dining room also has full walls of windows on one side, while there's also a pass-through window to the attached kitchen, which offers stainless steel appliances. Elsewhere, there's a double-height living room with a fireplace and an ornate chandelier, as well as a cozier den with yet another fireplace and beamed ceilings overhead. Also in 2017, Taylor bought a 100-year-old 4-level townhome next door for $18 million, which boasted features like a gym, a spa, antique wide plank wood floors, and a planted terrace with a Japanese paper glass wall. The townhouse boasted 7 bedrooms and 6 baths in total, with 3 of the bedrooms located in a next-door apartment, so that would be useful for Taylor's guests or even staff. This townhome was designed by famed architect Leopoldo Rosati and offers a lot of wood paneling, modern vibes, and natural light throughout. A large and open living room has skylights up above, while the kitchen is compact yet chic, comprised of stainless steel appliances and dark wood. The bedrooms were also spacious, with plenty of windows and views of the city, and elsewhere the residence, there were features like a home movie theater and a rooftop patio. Despite how impressive Taylor's Tribeca compound is, she's since submitted plenty of permits for over $1 million in renovation, so you already know that she's probably done some work to the place. Most recently, the singer's one-time townhouse in the West Village area, which she rented in 2016 while waiting out the renovations of her combined penthouse, went up for sale. At the time it was put on the market, the sellers were asking $17.99 million, and what's more, it's the home that inspired T Swift's Cornelia Street too, one of my favorites. The former carriage house on the name-worthy Cornelia Street was first looking for renters, not buyers, at the cool price $45,000 a month. late last year. While this 153-year-old residence still maintains its classic brick exterior, inside it has been thoroughly modernized. When Taylor needs a getaway, she has her Rhode Island mansion to escape to, which she reportedly snagged in an all-cash deal for $17.75 million. The property sits on 5 acres of land with over 700 feet of beachfront, not to mention it's on the highest point in Watch Hill, giving T-Swift amazing views of the water. The quiet neighborhood isn't a huge spot for most celebrities, but that might have been a draw for Taylor to get some much-needed privacy. It's rumored that her song, The Last Great American Dynasty, was actually inspired by her Watch Hill property. Let me explain. The song details the previous owners of the estate, especially Rebecca Harkness, who was the widow of Standard Oil heir William Hale Harkness. This was with whom she picked out a home and called in Holiday House shortly before he passed away in 1957. Also, according to Taylor's song, after the 4-story home was occupied by Rebecca and women with madness, their men and bad habits, it was left empty for 50 years before the singer eventually purchased it. She then goes on to sing, "Who knows if I'd never showed up, what could have been." Either way, the Rhode Island estate spans 12,000 square feet inside, with 8 beds, 9 baths, and 8 fireplaces throughout. Not to mention plenty of space for all her guests when she throws her summer parties. The interior of the home has many period features like you might expect from a 1930s estate, such as the fireplaces as well as hardwood floors, crown moldings, and 2 kitchens, including a service kitchen. We can tell the generous living spaces come in handy, as Taylor has been known to entertain her fellow artists and models at the home. Most notably, her famed 4th of July parties, where a ton of photos have been posted to Instagram in the past, showing off her kitchens, common rooms, and many terraces. Being a Nashville native, of course, T-Swift also owns property here. One of her first ever real estate purchases was in 2009 when she bought a penthouse on Nashville's Music Row for $1.9 million, which spans over 3,200 square feet of space. It's a corner unit with 3 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms over 2 levels. Penthouse is located at the Adelicia complex and offers soaring ceilings and plenty of floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city views. Other amenities in the building itself include a heated Olympic-length pool, gym, and a personal trainer. Not to mention, we've caught glimpses inside Taylor's apartment here, and the design was surprisingly unique. It was playful and girly with vibrant splashes of color. Taylor also owns another estate in Nashville, her mansion in the Forest Hills neighborhood, which she bought in 2011. The Greek Revival estate was built in 1934 by the ambassador to Denmark at the time, and the main home spans 5,600 square feet with 4 beds and 4 baths. Known as the Northumberland estate, Taylor snagged the property for $2.5 million, but these days it would probably be worth double that. It's said that Taylor purchased the home for her parents, who have lived there for almost all her life, but either way, this massive mansion is big enough for the whole family. Walking in, there's an entry foyer with curved staircase and chandelier overhead, while other grand living spaces include a blue painted dining room, formal living room with vaulted beamed ceilings, a library, and more. The home is full of old Southern charm and also includes vaulted ceilings, marble fireplaces, and classic touches throughout, while all the bedrooms are roomy and comfortable. I'm sure that even if Taylor did buy the place for her parents, she likely got her pick of any one of these stunning guest rooms to make her own. It's only fair. Outside, you'll find a pool and a detached 2,000 square foot guest house. Taylor basically loves spending time in Nashville still because it's also where she launched her music career, and she claims to love the laid back vibe and being able to go out to the store without swarms of paparazzi. While that's far from an exhaustive list of Taylor Swift's properties, these are the places which the starlet likely spends most of her time. In November 2021, it was reported that Lady Gaga sold one of her properties, her Hollywood Hills house, that formerly belonged to quirky musician Frank Zappa. She sold the estate for almost $6.5 million to Elizabeth or Lizzie Jagger. At the time, Gaga mainly lived in her massive $22 million compound in Malibu, California, which she dubbed the Gypsy Palace, and it boasts 10,000 square feet of space, along with luxury features and access to the coveted Zuma Beach. Hey guys, it's Kara back with another exclusive house tour here on Famous Entertainment, and in this one, we're looking at the homes of superstar Lady Gaga. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe subscribe button if you haven't, and follow me on Instagram to chat. Now let's get into this video. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. In November 2021, Gaga offloaded one of her properties for $6.5 million to Lizzie Jagger. This crib was located in the Hollywood Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles, and it used to be long owned by musician Frank Zappa. He bought the unique compound back in the 1970s, spending just over $75,000. Imagine that. Over the next 20 or so odd years, up until his passing in 1993, he lived here with his family. The half-acre property boasted a Tudor-style main residence with an attached apartment, ideal for staff, as well as two separate guest houses, both designed differently than the main home. The guest houses are modern, while the main house is inspired by old-world charm and features. Inside the property spans 6,759 square feet of space with 7 beds and 6 baths, not including the bonus guest houses. The amusing features in the home include an entryway and door that looks like something out of the Shire. Fellow Lord of the Rings fans, you'll know what I mean. There's also an interesting wood-paneled lounge covered in quirky decoration. The home has many rooms covered in colorful yet charming wallpaper designs, while other spaces, like a hallway with black and white checkerboard tiled floors and a modern bathroom with standalone tub set beneath an arch, are more elegant. Elsewhere on the estate, there were not one but 2 recording studios, a feature that Gaga definitely like, one of which was called the Utility Muffin Research Kitchen by Zappa himself. In fact, Gaga recorded some of her album Chromatica here. The property also offers a 2-level art gallery, windows straight off of a vintage submarine, a rooftop tennis court, a greenhouse, stunning gardens, and a swimming pool. Gaga purchased the home for about $5.3 million in 2015 and said at the time the estate was very special and magical, and claimed she would restore it while also leaving it the way it was. Since Gaga sold it in an off-market deal, we unfortunately can't see photos of the upgrades the star may have made to the place. So that house was very historic and cool, but Lady Gaga's main residence is something else altogether. After years of renting homes, she decided to put down some roots, purchasing a sprawling Malibu compound in 2014 for a whopping $22.5 million. The mega mansion overlooks the stunning Zuma Beach, and of course, her home has some of the best ocean views. Covering 6 acres of land, Gaga's sprawling property has features like a guest cottage, a saltwater infinity pool and hot tub, as well as rose garden. Gaga is also known to be a fan of horses, and a lot of the grounds are dedicated to her. There's a barn with 8 stalls, along with a tack and feed room, a large riding arena, 4 grass pens, 2 large grazing pastures, and riding trails. Her massive Malibu home is one of a kind, covering over 10,000 square feet of space inside. She's even given the home a name, and Gaga said, "This is my sanctuary, my oasis of peace. I call it my gypsy palace." The build of Gaga's home blends in with the landscape, like the rolling hills and the open air. The main mansion is 2 floors with 1-story wings to the right. Inside, there are common spaces with soaring ceilings and room to entertain, boasting rustic furniture, hardwood floors, and exposed beams. Gaga's spacious kitchen is full of modern updates like the appliances, but it mixes high-end accents, such as the counters, with more rustic touches, and there are also French doors to outside. The formal dining room is connected to a classy living room thanks to the open plan layout, and in this living room there are beamed ceilings, classic chandeliers, and a fireplace. If that's not enough, a separate den or family room is in its own retreat, separated from the common spaces that we just looked at. Yet, it still offers views of the coast. To really take advantage of the location, Gaga can step outside to her wood-themed sunroom, or even better, to her private master suite terrace overlooking the ocean. Here, there's patio seating for 4 and a plush daybed. The star's master retreat also offers 2 fireplaces, a full gym, his and hers bathrooms with heated stone flooring, a custom safe room, and double walk-in closets. The mansion has just 3 bedrooms, which is strange for a house so huge. Gaga even reportedly converted bedrooms into space for her wardrobe. In her room full of clothes, she has plenty of custom designs like a cape from Alexander McQueen and pieces from Versace. In a separate chamber, she said she has racks upon racks of leather and feathers and sequins and a lot of black. Her dressing room even has its own fridge inside. The star also loves pink and thinks it to be a relaxing color for her. So, of course, the Malibu home is full of the shade, including a pink sofa, sofa, and giant pink rug, to name a few. The previous owner of the mansion was Dan Romanelli, who was part of the Warner Brothers team and worked on all of the Batman merch. So when he built the home in 2005, he added a Batcave lair. This special lair is accessed through a secret door and passageway in the living room and includes an 800-bottle wine cellar, home movie theater and bar, even a 2-lane bowling alley. That has gotta be the coolest part of the house. Considering Gaga has her beautiful Malibu palace, she doesn't need much else. In 2016, though, she did want to spend some time in her hometown of New York City, renting out an exclusive penthouse for $67K per month, and she was rumored to be the only person to have stayed in the building at the time. Built the same year in 2016, the glamorous crib boasted 5 beds and 12 baths, first listed for sale at a massive $36.8 million before being lowered a few million. While Gaga never bought the place, she was living a luxury lifestyle the time she did rent it. The gigantic penthouse spans 11,000 square feet, bigger than her Malibu home, along with a bonus 2,000 square feet of outdoor space. The kitchen here boasted double marble islands and double sinks, double wine fridges, and a lavish chandelier. Other features included 2 wet bars, an 8-seat movie theater, and a showroom-style garage on the first floor. The apartment also had an indoor pool, steam room, sauna, and gym. It's thought that Gaga stopped renting this luxury residence in 2018 after telling Vogue she left New York to remain in Malibu full-time. Although NYC might be a little too hectic for the mega famous star now, Lady Gaga probably always feels drawn to the city because it was her home and where she grew up.
All right, can you describe New York City in 3 adjectives?
Gritty, fun, and bright.
Alright, now we've taken a look at Lady Gaga's homes, including her main Malibu mansion she calls her Gypsy Palace, as well as the Hollywood home she sold, and her former New York rental. Out of those 3 properties, where would you most like to live? Her Malibu estate looks like paradise, not to mention its location on the water, so I'll just have to pick that spot. There are few in the entertainment industry more successful than Justin Timberlake, who's proven his longevity in Hollywood with more than 2 decades of stardom, and paired up with his beautiful wife, actress Jessica Biel, they make quite the power couple. All of the couple's success has left them with plenty of money, enough to buy a handful of luxe properties, including a penthouse in Tribeca, a house in Los Angeles, and even an estate on a posh ski resort in Montana. While some of these home details are kept super private, today we're going to take a look at a few of them. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Justin Timberlake is a singer, songwriter, actor, and record producer who started his career in entertainment when he was only a kid. Remember, he was one of the Mickey Mouse Club folk alongside the likes of Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling, and Britney Spears. He rose to prominence in the 90s as a member of NSYNC. I myself was obsessed with him and Lance, which became one of the best-selling boy bands of all time. Mind you, Justin's proved he could also launch a hugely successful solo career and act in several high-profile films as well. He won 2 Grammys for his debut solo album Justified Alone and 10 Grammy Awards in total over the years. Justin is considered one of the world's best-selling music artists. His better half, Jessica Claire Timberlake, or Jessica Biel as she's best known, is an actress, model, producer, and apparently a singer, which I never knew. She actually started her career as a vocalist in musical productions until she was cast as Mary Camden on the hit family drama series Seventh Heaven, which ran for a decade. It's actually the longest-running family drama show in TV history. Biel has since starred in a handful of films and was most recently an executive producer and the star of the series The Sinner, for which she received acclaim. At the time of this recording, Justin and Jessica have an estimated net worth of about $230 to $250 million, some of which they've invested into their upscale properties. Now that they're parents to their son Silas, they don't want the only home he knows to be in Hollywood, stating that this is the reason why they've purchased up mansions in places like Nashville and Big Sky, Montana too. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer, and today we're bringing you another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. We're noticing a lot of copycat channels popping up, but we're the original house tour connoisseurs, and 95% of you watching aren't subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We post a new video daily. Today, we're taking a look at a few of the properties that longtime celebrity couple Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel call home. Follow me on Instagram to chat, and as usual, let me know whose house tour is next in those comments down below. Now let's get into this video.
Let's kick things off with a New York City spot that JT and Jessica used to own. Just last year, it was reported the couple finally sold their penthouse at the swanky Gwathmey Seagull designed Soho Muse building in New York City. As you may have guessed from the name, it was located in the Soho neighborhood of Manhattan and considered a prime piece of real estate, like most any spacious spots in this city. Unfortunately, Justin and Jessica sold this place for $6.35 million, and while they can weather the loss, it was almost $220K less than they paid for the tailored condo in 2010. Inside the A-listers' previous spread, it spanned 2,598 square feet with 3 beds and 4 baths throughout. Considered one of the finest penthouses in Soho, the unit offered triple exposure, 6-inch wide oak floorboards, and vast expanses of glass curtain walls fitted with remote control shades. The double-wide living room here featured an 853 square foot wraparound terrace off a dramatic curtain wall of glass, showcasing energetic city views, even of the Empire State Building. JT and Jessica's former home had numerous top-of-the-line customizations, over 10-foot ceilings with floor-to-ceiling windows all over, and a gas fireplace. A smooth paneled foyer ushers you into the penthouse, passing 2 ensuite guest rooms and an expensive outfitted all-white galley-style kitchen. Here, there were white cabinets made of almond smoked glass, a sub-zero fridge and wine storage, and much more. The kitchen opens up to the 30-plus foot long combo living and dining room. A discreet door in the entryway slides open to the private master suite the Timberlake-Biels used to share, which included a spacious window-lined bedroom, a walk-in closet, and a marble-walled bath with a deep soaking tub next to a floor-to-ceiling window. Other perks of living at the Soho Muse building included the 24-hour doorman and concierge, parking garage with its own private entrance, fitness center, common garden, and more. This place seems hard to beat, but that brings us to JT and Jessica's Manhattan upgrade. In 2017, the high-profile couple decamped Soho for Tribeca and dropped a jaw-dropping $20.19 million for a duplex penthouse with a massive roof terrace in a 19th century luxury factory building that's very popular among celebs. Located in Lower Manhattan's Tribeca neighborhood on Greenwich Street, this building is famed for how it keeps its famous residents secure, and the couple has an A-list of neighbors like Harry Styles, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and Jennifer Lawrence, just to name a few. The Timberlake-Biel's unit spans 5,375 square feet with 4 beds, 4 full baths, and 2 half baths, boasting soaring ceilings, wooden beams, and a large arched windows throughout. A floating staircase separates the key lock elevator entry from their loft-like space, which combines the living, dining, and kitchen area. The common space stretches more than 45 feet long and has white oak floorboards and 4 exposed columns and beams. A fireplace anchors one end of the massive room, while the other has a designer kitchen fitted with antique bronze hardware, black and white marble counters, as well as top quality appliances, even warming drawers, and a 70-bottle wine fridge. Bedrooms in JT and Jessica's penthouse are well separated for privacy and include an ensuite guest or staff suite tucked away behind the kitchen. 2 smaller family bedrooms overlook the building's lush courtyard, while the couple's master suite has an L-shaped entrance hall, sitting area with fireplace, and 2 walk-in closets. Of course, they can also unwind in the ensuite spa-style bathroom made of marble. The upper floor of their unit has a powder room as well as a large family room with fireplace, wet bar, and room-wide glass doors on opposite walls that lead you to the huge terrace with outdoor kitchen. Like most celebs, Justin and Jessica also have a long-time home in the Hollywood Hills, and while most pictures and details are harder to come by, we do know Justin bought the place back in 2002 for $8.3 million off of actress Helen Hunt. Helen Hunt bought the legendary Errol Flynn estate 4 years prior, and while she was very involved in the designing, she never actually moved in the home. It was too big for her apparently. She expanded the property by buying some adjacent lots, and it was her idea to construct a 1,000 square foot porch with views of the San Fernando Valley. Details claim the house offers over 13,000 square feet of living space with 6 beds and 10 baths, and we can also see there's a basketball court, huge pool and spa, as well as a large detached guest house. The walled-in gated property sits on 10 acres of land with mature oak and sycamore trees for added privacy, and the Mediterranean-style home boasts 2 office suites, a recording studio, a gym, and a theater with its own lobby and bar. The power couple made some of their own changes since moving into the mega mansion too, like adding in the blue basketball court and a putting green where JT can practice his golf game. Alright, we've looked at 3 properties that Justin Timberlake
Timberlake and Jessica Biel have called home over the years, 2 of which they still live at, so I think that brings this house tour to an end. Aside from these places, of course, there's the pair's Nashville mansion and their Big Sky, Montana home. You know, the one that apparently made JT into the man of the woods he is today. The family owns property in the exclusive Yellowstone Club, a 15,200-acre private residential community set among the Rocky Mountains. A membership here costs about $400K to join, with an annual fee of over $41,000, and that doesn't include how much you gotta fork over for your actual home in the community. You must own property here to be a member, and options range from condominiums starting at about $5 million to huge custom-built mansions ranging around $16 million to 160 to 360 acre ranches with price tags of up to $25 million. And I gotta say, I highly doubt that the Timberlake-Biels opted for the condos. Here, the couple can rub elbows with other rich and famous folk, from the likes of Tom Brady to Ashton Kutcher to Bill and Melinda Gates, and that's only a few of their neighbors. Anyways, after looking at the homes of JT and Jessica, what would you guys rate them? Did you have a favorite? I think mine would be their Hollywood mansion. I just wish we could see more pics from the inside. Robert De Niro is best known for being an iconic actor who can pull off pretty much any type of character. Whether it's his roles in mobster movies, the Meet the Parents franchise, or everything in between, you come to love him no matter who he's portraying. At least if you're a fan like I am. But did you know he's also an impressive businessman and real estate enthusiast? Neither did I. Although some of his business ventures are located worldwide, most of his beloved properties, past and present, can be found right in New York. Mr. De Niro has lived in some of the nicest homes around, and if you stay tuned, I'll show you. Robert De Niro is an actor, producer, and director who's both American and Italian. However, he was born in New York City, which would explain why he's always lived there. He is well known for his collaborations with the amazing Martin Scorsese, you know, Raging Bull, Goodfellas, and more, working on a total of 9 productions together. On the other hand, he's taken on any roles from a psychopath like in Taxi Driver to a ton of comic roles and even heartwarming characters. Robert's won plenty of awards and accolades, including 2 Academy Awards, the Cecil B. DeMille Award, and even a Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. On the business side, he's co-founded Tribeca Productions, which is also responsible for the Tribeca Film Festival, and opened restaurants like Nobu and Tribeca Grill. Most of these and De Niro's other businesses started off in, no surprise, New York City. At the time of this recording, the man reportedly has an estimated net worth of $500 million or more, so despite that high-priced Manhattan real estate, Robert can afford the nicest properties around. Hey guys and girls, it's Kara, and today we're bringing you another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. I got some requests for this one, and he's one of my all-time favorite actors, so we're gonna take a look at where Robert De Niro calls home. Most of his homes are in and around New York City, so we'll see some he used to live and ones he still owns. If you like these videos, make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell to be notified when we post so you can always be up to date. We've also done house tours on the likes of Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie, and we'll link to some at the end. Follow me on Instagram to chat, and as usual, let me know whose house tour is next in those comments down below. Now let's get into this video. Let's first look at a place that Mr. De Niro used to call home a long time ago. In 2011, this 5-story townhouse in the West Village neighborhood of New York City hit the market for a whopping $14 million. Mind you, since the place needed a full reno, it ended up selling for $9.5 million. The listing materials at the time included no photos of the home's interior, so that's probably a good indicator it was outdated. There were some floor plans though. This was the first time in a long time the house was ever up for sale, and property records revealed Mr. De Niro bought the place almost 36 years prior in October 1975. And get this, he paid only $190,000 for it. And no, I did not forget a zero. Apparently the home was owned by Robert, but occupied by his first wife, Diane Abbott, and the townhome overlooks James J. Walker Park. Inside, the home measures 4,158 square feet of space and is impressively 22 feet wide, with high 12-foot ceilings on the parlor floor. There are 5 beds and 3.5 baths. The brick-built home was likely arranged differently years
years ago with the main entry on a stoop on the parlor floor, but plans at the time it was for sale showed the main entrance was now on the garden level. On the same level, there was a den, office, and bedroom with private bath, as well as a 32-foot long eating kitchen that opens to a secluded garden. The finished basement level offers a storage and a room that looks like it could be used as a home gym with adjoining sauna and stall shower. The parlor floor of the townhome has a stair hall leading to a library, dining room, and larger living room with fireplace overlooking the garden. The master suite takes up the entire third floor here with a large bedroom, private terrace, and a massive bathroom. There's also an additional room that could be a dressing room. The other bedrooms are located on the top floor, and there's also a staircase up to the roof. In 2012, maybe with some money he got from that last NYC townhouse, De Niro and his current wife Grace moved into a luxurious penthouse also in Manhattan's West Village, but reportedly they only lived here until 2015. It spent 11,000 square feet with 5 beds and 4.5 baths, and set the actor back a whopping $25.5 million. I told you, New York living is far from cheap. This penthouse had history dating back to 1920, when the building was once a manufacturing facility for maraschino cherries. These days, the open layout has a 2-story foyer and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking an interior courtyard. There's also a grand living room with fireplace, a master suite with double walk-in closets, and a fancy ensuite bathroom. Other amenities here include a steam room, library, home office, media room, formal dining room, and an amazing outdoor space that serves as a private piece of paradise in the busy city. The contemporary penthouse also has landscape terraces outside, views of the Hudson River, as well as the city skyline. Not to mention, there was also a private 3,000 square foot garage for at least 7 cars, which is unheard of in New York City. Ultimately, De Niro put the place back on the market a few years later for $39.5 million, but it has since been reduced down to about $22 million. So if you're wondering, after looking at those 2 properties we know Mr. De Niro no longer occupies, he's set to have a primary residence in Gardiner, New York. This is a town with a small population of under 6,000, full of farmers, laborers, and second homeowners. He bought the property in 1997, which sits on a sprawling 98 acres of land, inside spanning 2,222 square feet. Although photos are scarce except from the exterior or street view of the land, reports say the house has 6 beds, 7 baths, and 2,700 square feet of water frontage on the Hudson River. Mr. De Niro has put the Gardiner property through an extensive overhaul since it's been in his possession. He transformed an average barn here into an epic 14,000 square foot recreation center, complete with a boxing room, small film studio, games room, gym, basketball court, swimming pool, steam room, and sauna. Other barns on the property were converted into a workshop and an office, while 2 guest houses, a tennis court, and even a ski slope can be found nearby. Funnily enough, it's also been said that Robert rarely passes through, only occasionally, or according to local residents, that is. The only way that people know he's there is when a helicopter comes buzzing up the river, landing on his fields. He's also been dubbed the Ghost of Gardiner. It could also be because Mr. De Niro and the town were once involved in an expensive 3-year battle over property taxes for his mansion, but that's another story. Many also forget that Robert's father, Robert De Niro Sr., was an established artist in New York. He often went to Montauk to get away, a village at the east end of the Long Island Peninsula. That being said, he eventually built a home there, and when he passed away in 1992, the home went to his son. In 1997, Robert wanted permission to proceed with a plan to add more than 4,000 square feet to the existing house, a plan that had been approved by the town several years earlier, but was never built, and eventually no longer conformed to zoning rules. Very little details known about the oceanfront home, except it has an estimated value of $8 million or more, sits on 1.24 acres of beachfront land, and spans 2,278 square feet. It was also built in the 1950s and sits at the top of 3 terrace levels at the foot of a bluff, with a swimming pool on the lowest level closest to the beach. In 2017, Mr. De Niro came forward with plans to completely demolish the home and replace it with a new house of 2,554 square feet with another 846 square feet of deck space. However, they would leave the swimming pool where it is. Finally, he got permission to go ahead with said renovations after convincing local officials the old home his father built way back was beyond repair. So I think I'll bring this house tour to a close here. I know it's kind of disappointing Robert De Niro is so private, because I really wish we could see more of his current properties. Like, is it just me, or do you seriously wonder how he decorates his homes? Like, what's his interior design vibe? I know I'm wondering.
My original family, thank you for making me who I am. Thank you for your unfailing support of me despite some pretty damn questionable years there. Thank you.
While keeping a preference for privacy in their personal lives, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, married for 11 years, have occasionally offered glimpses into their shared homes on Instagram. Their primary home is an upscale and inviting apartment nestled in the heart of New York City. In a recent Instagram post, the Gossip Girl star revealed her knack for interior design, showing off their urban retreat, which houses their family of 6 along with their daughters James, Inez, Betty, and their newest addition, born in early 2023. While Blake and Ryan are movie stars who grace the red carpet, they much prefer spending time at home with their 4 young children. According to a source close to the power couple, they said, Blake and Ryan are enthusiastic homebodies. It's hardly surprising considering the reported beauty of their various properties full of art and thoughtful decor. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have captured the hearts of fans worldwide with their enchanting love story and what seems to be an idyllic home life. Their journey together began on the set of the superhero film Green Lantern in 2010, where they first met and formed a deep connection. At the time, both Lively and Reynolds were in relationships with other people, but destiny had other plans for them. After filming wrapped, Lively and Reynolds remained friends, but it wasn't until a year later in 2011 that sparks flew between them. They were spotted together at various events and outings, sparking rumors of a budding romance. However, they kept their relationship low-key and private, away from the prying eyes of the media. In September 2012, Lively and Reynolds tied the knot in a romantic and intimate ceremony held at Boone Hall Plantation in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Picturesque venue set the stage for their fairy tale wedding, which was attended by close friends and family. From that moment on, they became one of Hollywood's most beloved power couples. Their love story continued to flourish as they welcomed their first child, daughter James, in December 2014. Inez followed in September 2016, and Betty joined the family in October 2019. Their newest addition was born in 2023. Throughout their journey into parenthood, Lively and Reynolds have embraced their roles with grace and humor, often sharing glimpses of their family life on social media. When it comes to their home life, Lively and Reynolds prioritize privacy and comfort. They have been known to invest in stunning properties, including a lavish New York City apartment and a sprawling estate in Pound Ridge, New York. Their homes are carefully curated to reflect their personalities and provide a serene retreat for their growing family. Despite their busy schedules and demanding careers, Lively and Reynolds make time for each other and their children. Whether they're enjoying quiet family dinners or embarking on adventures around the world, their bond remains strong and unbreakable. In early 2012, approximately 6 months into their relationship, Blake and Ryan purchased a home in Bedford, New York for $2.3 million. Located about an hour north of the city, their neighbors included other Hollywood elites like Bruce Willis, Ralph Lauren, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. The residence, spanning over 4,000 square feet, featured 3 beds and 4.5 bathrooms, as well as a 2-bedroom guest suite elsewhere on the property. After buying a larger property in the same area, the couple sold this home for a reported $2.4 million back in 2013. This next acquisition was a $5.7 million mansion in Pound Ridge, just a short distance from their initial upstate abode. This estate spans nearly 12 acres and features an outdoor barn, while the main colonial-style house encompasses 8,892 square feet, offering 7 beds and 6 baths. Additionally, there's a separate guest house on the property. The glimpses shared by Lively and Reynolds reveal dark hardwood floors, slate-colored walls, and a chic rustic exterior. This mansion remains one of their main residences. Several years later, the couple acquired a loft in Tribeca, situated in a building where other celebrities such as Meg Ryan, Justin Timberlake, and more have called home. And this condo acts as Blake and Ryan's other main house. Originally constructed in 1883 as a warehouse for a bookbinding company, the amenity-rich building underwent extensive renos in 2014. While specifics about the couple's unit are limited, residences range from 2,000 to 5,000 square feet. There's also a central 4,000 square foot courtyard referred to as a donut hole by the New York Times, offering privacy, which is a desirable feature for the couple. Many windows here boast arched designs to optimize the light, and images from the building's website showcase wood beam ceilings and open floor plans. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have occasionally offered glimpses into these homes on Instagram. This inviting apartment that acts as their primary residence is nestled in the heart of New York City. In a pretty recent Instagram post, Blake subtly revealed her knack for interior design. She showed off the urban home, which accommodates their family of 6, their 3 daughters, and their newest addition born in early 2023. In December 2023, Lively posted a snapshot of herself in what seems to be the couple's foyer. Her vibrant pink attire stood out against the rustic wooden floors and the walls decked out with painted brick and wood panels. A striking painting and gold push-button light switches contribute to the space's distinctive custom design. Lively also provided a glimpse of an impressive hallway in May 2023, just before attending a Tiffany & Co. event. The walls, painted in a blue-gray hue, seem to be covered in velvet fabric, which extends to a door. This creates a concealed effect known as a blind door. A colorful woven rug and gold frame artwork add to the vibe. In the main living space, yellow-toned banquette seating is set behind an exposed wood column in the room's center. The exposed brick wall from the foyer adds to the loft's industrial look, while a statement chandelier infuses a touch of glam. In a video shared on Instagram in December 2022, Ryan is seated in what appears to be an office or guest room, which has a similar look to their foyer. And finally, the master bedroom effortlessly blends rustic and industrial elements, featuring gray-tone wooden floors and black framed windows. Soft touches such as the upholstered bed, beige wall color, and a gold sconce add warmth to the room. Blake also shared on social media that she personally designed this room, unveiling her hidden talent for interior design. After acknowledging Michael Kors for her stunning gold ensemble, she confessed, "And yes, I low-key moonlight as an interior designer, but please don't tell, because I definitely don't want the world to know that I have a hidden talent, which I require external validation on." Photo also offers a glimpse of the master bathroom, which features a luxury marble freestanding bathtub. When Ryan and Blake became the charming celebrity couple they are these days, they quickly bought this $2.3 million pad located in Bedford, New York, just outside of the city. This home sat on nearly 2 acres of waterfront property overlooking the Cross River Reservoir in an upscale community in the New York outskirts. The private estate was only about an hour by car away from Midtown Manhattan, and anchoring the property was a Cape Cod colonial-style house, spanning nearly 5,000 square feet with 3 beds, 4.5 baths, and an extra 2-bedroom guest suite. The 3-story home was well hidden from the street down a long driveway, cutting through the woods and leading to a small parking pad. Stone steps go up to a broad terrace in front of the front door, with views over the lawn that rolls down to a stacked stone wall near the water's edge. Inside, there was a double-height entryway, paneled living room with stone fireplace, and a formal dining room that opens up to the country-style kitchen. There were also fireplaces in some of the other spaces, like the library and a family room, and there was also a gorgeous window-wrapped sun porch. Upstairs, Ryan and Blake could enjoy the master suite with private bath and 2 dressing rooms. Nearby, there were 2 of the other guest bedrooms. The lower level of the home contained an extra bed and bath, an office with rec room, and an office with a 4th fireplace, games room, laundry room, and a large cedar closet. A wide covered porch off the living room leads down to a terrace with direct views of the reservoir through the trees. And the property also has landscape gardens and rolling lawns all around. A lot came with plenty of space to add bonus amenities like maybe a pool, tennis courts, or both. Ryan and Blake didn't stay here long. They surprisingly moved off of the home only a year later in 2013. They sold the home for just under $2.5 million. So a little bit over what they paid for the place, and in the meantime, they were secretly purchasing their current home. This current property that Ryan and Blake share in Pound Ridge is kept very private, and little is known about the interior of their family home. Over the years, however, the couple has given fans glimpses of the place, and exterior shots of their home also helped give us a better idea. Aside from their New York apartment, they also use this mansion as another main residence. This home cost Blake and Ryan $5.7 million, and it's an old-school colonial-style spread built back in 1860. It has a lot of charm and rustic details, but it's also been renovated and updated a lot since then. Inside, it spans just under 9,000 square feet, with 7 beds, 6 baths, and a guest house and a barn. It sits on 11.65 acres of land, and other famous neighbors include the likes of Martha Stewart, Glenn Close, and Ralph Lauren. As I mentioned, very little is known about the home, but a source claimed a few years back that they witnessed a ton of construction going down after the duo bought the property. As we can see, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have created a loving home life that serves as a sanctuary for their large family. From their luxurious New York City apartment to their sprawling and charming estate in Pound Ridge, New York, their properties reflect their shared values of privacy, comfort, and elegance. With each carefully curated space, they created a haven where they can nurture their relationship and cherish precious moments with their children. Through their commitment to each other and their dedication to creating a warm and welcoming environment, this Hollywood couple continues to inspire others with their timeless love story and their beautiful life together. Well, that wraps up today's video. Answer this question for me before you go. Would you prefer to spend more time in a New York City condo or a sprawling property on the outskirts of the city? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video. I'm Kara the Vampire Slayer. Follow me on Instagram to chat, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!
Hey everyone, it's Kara, or Kara the Vampire Slayer as you might know me, and given my love for all things house and home, I recently wanted to get more hands-on myself, and I started tackling DIY projects at my own house. Being a new homeowner, there are plenty of unexpected things to fix, and it's cool to learn what you're doing and hopefully be able to fix it yourself. There are also plenty of DIY projects suitable for beginners like me to do, and ones that improve the look of your space drastically. Follow me and I'll teach you what I'm learning and motivate you to join me. You can DIY on a budget even if you're a total beginner. Follow me on Fix It with Kara and we can chat.
Taylor Swift may have wrapped up one of the biggest tours in history, but the superstar's personal life is just as much of a headline. With her relationship with NFL's champ Travis Kelce heating up, the two have been sparking real estate rumors as well, most recently in Cleveland, of all places. While Swift is no stranger to luxury pads around the world, and Kelce has been leveling up his own property game, fans are now speculating whether the couple is now on the hunt for their first home together. So let's take a look inside the stunning estates tied to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, from the Cleveland mansion or possible Cleveland mansion to Rhode Island beach homes and Kansas City fortresses.
Guys, I have an important announcement about this channel. There is someone trying to take this channel, Famous Entertainment, down and have everything that I've worked so hard on deleted. Click the link in the top comment and I'll explain everything at the end of this video, so please stay tuned.
It started with a summer trip to Ohio where Taylor and Travis were spotted grabbing lunch in Chagrin Falls. But according to multiple insiders, the real reason for their visit wasn't just small town charm, it was house hunting. Reports claimed the couple toured at least 2 lavish properties in Cleveland's wealthy east side suburbs. One standout contender, Brownwood Manor in Hunting Valley. This colonial revival estate is massive, 55,000 square feet to be exact. I mean, who needs that much space? Anyways, this makes it one of the largest homes in the state. Built back in the 1920s for the Van Sweringen brothers, railroad tycoons turned real estate moguls, the mansion's a piece of history. It's even listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Inside, it's basically a Taylor Swift music video waiting to happen. You got hand-carved wood, imported Dutch tile work, a stained glass skylight, and a sprawling library that looks straight out of Evermore. With 14 bedrooms, 9 fireplaces, 3 dining rooms, and a 60-foot indoor pool, it's the kind of old-world grandeur that would suit both a pop icon and an NFL star. But if Taylor and Travis are leaning more romantic than regal, there's another dream property, a fully restored Gilded Age mansion in Broughton Hall.
This nearly $6 million lakefront estate offers panoramic views of Lake Erie, wood-paneled interiors, and even a marble sunroom glowing under an amber skylight. This home has been fully modernized with a Control4 smart system, a private movie theater, and a speakeasy-style bar in the basement. Oh, and there's a 2-bedroom guest house, perfect for when famous friends or family want to visit. For a city where the median house price hovers around $139,000, these Cleveland estates are in another stratosphere. Luxury listings hit here as high as $18 million. And if the rumors are true, Taylor and Travis are definitely only going to be looking at the very top tier. Of course, Travis-Kelce already has a palace of his own. Back in 2023, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end bought a $6 million mansion in Leawood, Kansas. The 17,000 square foot property sits on 3.5 secluded acres in a gated community. Major upgrade from his old home, which was a bit too publicly exposed, especially once Taylor entered the picture. Now his estate is pure luxury living. We're talking 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, a chef's kitchen, formal dining room, a wine cellar, a full bar, and a media lounge. Outside, it's like staying at a 5-star resort. A huge pool, tennis and pickleball courts, a waterfall, hot tub, and even a mini golf course. But Kelce's not stopping there. A custom-built underground man cave. With his brother Jason and teammate Patrick Mahomes around, I mean, it's safe to say this might be the hangout spot. And it's only part of Kelce's portfolio. He also owns a $995,000 home in Kansas City's Briarcliff West neighborhood and a Florida condo. While Travis has made his own real estate upgrades, Taylor's portfolio is in a league of its own. She owns 8 properties across the US, collectively worth around $150 million. From a historic Beverly Hills mansion to multiple New York apartments, Taylor has built herself a real estate empire almost as impressive as her music career. Perhaps her most famous purchase is the 12,000 square foot Rhode Island beach mansion she bought for $17.75 million in 2013. Sitting high on a bluff with 700 feet of shoreline, this property was once home to eccentric socialite Rebecca Harkness, the inspiration for Taylor's track, The Last Great American Dynasty. This house boasts 7 beds, 8 fireplaces, a glorious pool, and has served as the backdrop for her iconic 4th of July parties. This year, she started a $1.7 million expansion project at the estate, adding a luxury bedroom suite, extra baths, and a kitchen makeover. Locals have spotted cranes and framing going up, which means the new suite will likely have insane ocean views. Taylor also dominates in Manhattan. In 2014, she bought 2 penthouses in Tribeca from Lord of the Rings director Peter Jackson and converted them into a single duplex with 10 bedrooms, a sweeping staircase, and a billiards room. Later, she added the townhouse next door plus another loft in the same building. All in, her stake in 155 Franklin Street is valued at tens of millions. Her Tribeca home has even had some drama, like the time a candle tipped over during a late-night hangout with Gracie Abrams and sparked a fire. Taylor managed to put it out herself around 6 a.m. Now on the West Coast, Taylor's $25 million Beverly Hills mansion is a piece of Hollywood history. Originally owned by film mogul Samuel Goldwyn, the nearly 11,000 square foot estate was designated a historic landmark thanks to Taylor's restoration efforts. Recently, it even made headlines again when Zoe Kravitz's mom accidentally let a pet snake loose inside the mansion during the January 2025 LA wildfires. Taylor reportedly found this situation more funny than stressful though. If Cleveland really is on their radar, it would mark a brand new chapter for the couple. Between Travis' Kansas City fortress and Taylor's $150 million real estate empire, the two certainly aren't lacking in options. But a cozy mansion in Ohio, close to Kelce's roots and still private enough for the pair, might be the next step in their love story. So whether it's a Cleveland castle, a Kansas City resort, or a Rhode Island seaside palace, one thing's clear. When it comes to real estate, Taylor Swift and Travis-Kelce are living the ultimate fairy tale. That's gonna wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching Famous Entertainment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more celebrity house tours coming your way. I'm Kara the Vampire Slayer. Follow me on Instagram to chat, and we'll see you all next time.
Hey everyone, first of all, I want to say a huge thank you to my 500,000 subscribers. I absolutely love you all, and your support over the years has meant everything to me. It's kept me going through the loss of Shiro, the economy crashing, and lots of other ups and downs. Now, I have a little favor to ask. I've created a backup channel for Famous Entertainment, so that's gonna be linked in the top comment and the description box. And this is where I'll be continuing to bring you the celebrity real estate videos you know and love. But this time, I'm gonna be bringing you into my world with personal content. I live in a historic house and I love doing home renos. Well, at least I've been learning the last year. I have 3 dogs, I do daily workouts, we go to events, you know, there's trips to the hairdresser sometimes. I also have 3 amazing rescue dogs. I've fostered dogs before. I do daily workouts. We go to events. You know, maybe I'll even someday have a big wedding that Michael promised me. Anyways, I've been posting this stuff for years on Instagram, but with me having to start all over again, I'm gonna try to merge my personal content with the content that you come to watch here, mainly house tours. Regardless, if you love this channel or have watched it over the years, I need your support to get the new channel going. So please, if you enjoyed the content that I've created, hit that subscribe button for the new channel in the description box and comments, and check out some of the new videos. It's super important for me to keep our amazing community together, and in case anything happens to the main channel, this is where you're always gonna be able to find me. We've recently had some hiccups that have affected both life and business. So there's someone trying to take this channel down, like I mentioned before, and I've honestly put so much work into Famous Entertainment over the years. I want to keep my passion for creating content alive and not let the drama or bullies bring me down or affect my ability to work. So we're starting fresh, keeping it real, and I promise you're gonna love what's coming next. So let's make this backup channel something incredible together. Subscribe now and join me on this exciting new journey. I can't wait to see you there. Hey everyone, it's Kara, or Kara the Vampire Slayer as you might know me, and given my love for all things house and home, I recently wanted to get more hands-on myself, and I started tackling DIY projects at my own house. Being a new homeowner, there are plenty of unexpected things to fix, and it's cool to learn what you're doing and hopefully be able to fix it yourself. There are also plenty of DIY projects suitable for beginners like me to do, and ones that improve the look of your space drastically. Follow me and I'll teach you what I'm learning and motivate you to join me. You can DIY on a budget even if you're a total beginner. Follow me on Fix It with Kara and we can chat.